What's going on, guys? I want to share with you something that's going to absolutely change the way you look at any failure that you've had in your past and any failure that you're going to have in your future. So as athletes, what happens when we don't achieve the skills, when we don't win a game, when we don't win a competition, when we don't achieve something for our teammates, for our parents, for the fans, when we don't dominate the way that we want to dominate? What do we call that? We call that failure. So today I want to talk about how to change what that actually means to you. But I want to tell you a quick story. So going all the way back to February, before the pandemic, before COVID hit, there was a conference. It was called Funnel Hacking Live. It was for marketing and sales funnels and things like that. But I want to share with you a story from Tom Bilyeu. So Tom Bilyeu was one of the keynote speakers. And for those of you that don't know who Tom Bilyeu is, he is the founder of Impact Theory. Impact Theory is a show and a learning platform where he's interviewed hundreds of millionaires, billionaires, high-profile athletes, high-profile performers, just very, very high-performing individuals in all sorts of different industries, the likes of Kobe Bryant before he passed away, extremely successful athletes in their own sense. So Tom Bilyeu is doing this keynote speech, and he starts out his talk by talking about artificial intelligence and what artificial intelligence is and how it's going to impact our future and how it's going to impact the way we live our day-to-day lives. But there's something interesting about artificial intelligence that is unlike human beings. So the thing with artificial intelligence is when they're trying to accomplish something, they have a specific goal in mind, and humans have goals as well, right? Most people do, a lot of people don't. But that's not what this is about. Artificial intelligence has a specific goal in mind that they're trying to accomplish, that they're trying to achieve. And if they don't achieve a step towards that desired goal or a step towards that desired outcome, they don't call it a failure. Artificial intelligence doesn't consider it a failure. If artificial intelligence doesn't get exactly what it's trying to do, it doesn't call it a failure. But what happens with humans, with animals, is that we have this thing that oftentimes get in our way. And what it is it's emotion. And sometimes emotion can be a good thing. Sometimes emotion can be a bad thing. But if we can reframe the way we look at things, and here's the huge epiphany that I have, is that artificial intelligence, when they don't get their desired result, they don't cry and they don't whine. They say, oh, I messed up. I didn't, succeed for my parents. I didn't achieve for my team. I didn't, execute my skills. I didn't dominate. I didn't win the way I wanted to win. They don't have that emotion that brings them down and gets in their way. What artificial intelligence has is when they don't achieve their outcome, when they don't achieve what they're trying to get, it's not called failure. It's not called failure if they don't get it. Artificial intelligence considers it a sample. Artificial intelligence doesn't have failure. Artificial intelligence only has feedback. So just think about that for a second. What if you changed all of the things that you considered a failure? What if you changed it, the way you perceive it in your mind? What if the way you look at it in your mind is considered feedback or a sample instead of failure? You think just by changing the way you talk about it, changing the way you look at it, is going to have a different impact on what you get from that result? Absolutely, 100%. So there's no such thing then as failure. Failure is only this term that we have made up in our minds. There's no such thing as failure. There's only feedback. And feedback is the breakfast of champions. So what can you change in your past that was a failure and change it into feedback? Or if you want to use the artificial intelligence example and call it a sample. So only by acceptance of the past can we alter its meaning. So looking back at all of the feedback that we've had in our past, just by simply expressing it and talking about it and thinking about it and perceiving it in a different way, all of a sudden changes the meaning. So there's a quick tip to why failure and the way you're looking at it can be drastically improved. So for those of you that are on right now, I appreciate you joining on live. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up or a heart if you're on Facebook, for sure. But I appreciate you guys jumping on here. Comment down below any topics that you would like discussed in future videos. And I'd be more than happy to do so. You guys are the inspiration behind these videos. So hope everyone's doing well. We'll see you guys on the next video.